Jimmy Butler! Jimmy Butler! Are you kidding me? On a back-to-back night? When Kemba Walker is putting up 60? Which pissed me off, but that's okay because we won this game. We find a way to grind one out and win it in overtime. And Jimmy Butler, after missing the opportunity to win it in regulation with a jumper right inside the three-point line, spinning around, gets a chance to do it in overtime after he makes an amazing block on Kemba Walker, saves it, and then hits a three? Oh! This is why we went out and got someone like Jimmy Butler. This is what Jimmy Butler does for you, okay? This is the all-star in Jimmy Butler. And it was amazing. It was amazing what he provided for us at the end of that basketball game. Let's go! Let's go! Now, I will say it did seem like this Sixers team was just kind of trying to give this game away. They were just turning it over, which we know we do. We had a 5-point lead with like a minute left in overtime. We had a 5-point lead at the end of regulation. We turned the ball over before Jimmy Butler's amazing play from the inbound when Ben Simmons tries to lob it up into Joel Embiid in the paint, which was just absurd. But speaking of Ben Simmons, that is what I'm talking about. That is the game that I like to see out of him. A little disappointing he didn't get the triple-double because at halftime he had, 10, 8, and 7, or something similar to that. He ended up finishing with 23, 12, and 8. But that is the style of play I want to see Ben Simmons do. And that's the type of style that he can do. On top of that, he was nailing his free throws. Ben Simmons tonight is what we need out of Ben Simmons consistently. That was artwork. That's the Ben Simmons that we have been looking for. And I've been very brutal on him. But this is the praise he deserves. He was dominant as hell tonight. Joel Embiid, early, he was crazy. 18 points, crushing it. He died off big time. But he ended the day with 33 and 11. J.J. Redick with 23 points. He was knocking down shots pretty much like we needed him to. Markelle Fultz only played 19 minutes. He had 6 and 5. But I'll give him credit. I'm getting comfortable with his little mid-range J. And he gives us, without a doubt, he gives us hustle. He gives us hustle. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. There were some things in this game that I didn't like, but I'm going to appreciate this win. We should have lost this game. Personally, I felt like we should have. Because, like I said, it seemed like we were just trying to give it away. But the fact that we found a way to win is great. But to allow someone like Kemba Walker to drop 60, I mean, someone's got to take a step and a stand to make sure he does not continue to hurt you. Make anyone else beat you, but not him. He had 60, and they scored 119 points, right? So think about that. We needed to have someone else do damage besides him at points. He was like wide open, nailing threes late in the fourth quarter. You know Kemba Walker's getting the ball. You know he is. So I don't know how he gets that wide open. There was one time in this game, we were on a 17-2 run, and that's when I saw Brett Brown call a timeout. Which kind of killed our momentum and allowed the Hornets to kind of come back in this game. But that's when we called the timeout. I don't want to crush this team because I saw a lot of things that I loved. Ben Simmons, number 1, things that I loved. Jimmy Butler, 1B, things that I loved. I mean, I don't know, honestly, which order that is. It's probably Jimmy Butler first. But that play at the end of the game to win us a ball game, the block, and he had a block earlier, too, on Kemba. The block, the save to keep it in bounds, and to drill the 3. Honestly, I'm thinking to myself, because of what I saw in regulation out of him, where he was at the 3-point line, a little bit behind it, He dribbles in. He does a little spinorama with his footwork. Tries to take a Jimmy, missed. And I'm like, okay, I'll live with that. Then when he gets the chance in overtime, he was kind of chewing up the last seconds of the clock. I'm thinking, Jimmy, what are you doing here? Pull up three. Pull up three, and with 0.3 seconds left on the clock, the Sixers win. Finally, hopefully we can build off this. It's a back-to-back. I mean, guys are hurting. The Charlotte Hornets actually had a couple days of rest while we're entering our back-to-back. So in reality, they should have had way more juice than us. Kemba did work tonight without a doubt, but that team stinks. Like, Kemba kept this team in it without a doubt. You got to have, defensively speaking here for the Sixers, you got to have a way to make sure other people do damage once he hits a certain point. I mean, don't get me wrong, the one where he banks it off the glass when he pulls up randomly from three, what are you going to do? What are you going to do on that one? But the Sixers win, and Jimmy Butler seems to be loving what he's got right now in Philadelphia. Ben Simmons played great. Joel Embiid, he started out hot. He slowed down a little bit. That's just what happened. That's just the truth. We win. We win back-to-back, 2 games in a row. We get a day off. Let's enjoy this one. Let's go, Jimmy Butler. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I'll see you next time.